Hello, good day, European Policy Center, and thank you for gathering us in this conversation about the most interesting matter of our concern as European Parliament lawmaking body. It's the Migration and Asylum Pact. I'm only sorry that I can't make it physically there with all of you because I am attending a group meeting in Madrid precisely with the occasion of the Spanish rotating presidency of the European Union, which is this semester. But I am only thankful that I can share with you some thoughts about the state of the play of this new Migration and Asylum Pact. What is it about? We all know it. It's about a situation, a status quo, which is not acceptable. We've been making laws on migration and asylum according to the rules by the Treaty of Lisbon and the European Charter of Fundamental Rights, which entered into force nothing less than 14 years ago. For some years now, we have put in place, or we have tried, a European common asylum system according to the principles on which it is to be founded. Solidarity and responsibility. We want shared responsibility and binding solidarity when needed. Well, we had initiative from the European Commission according to the mandate of President von der Leyen, 5 regulations trying to bring about a new balance, particularly in those files which have been more subject to criticism, namely Dublin. What is Dublin? Dublin is precisely a regulation which indicates that the country of first entry is the one responsible not only for granting asylum, but all the services and the protection which is entailed to some kind of international protection, subsidiary protection, or refugee status. And then there comes the criticism of secondary movement. And then there comes violations of EU law, ignoring EU law, despite infringement procedures, despite rulings of the European Court of Justice saying otherwise. And yes, there is the lack of solidarity. Yes, there is the missing link in this whole thing. Solidarity is one of the pillars enshrined in Article 80 of Treaty of Functioning of the European Union. And we, the European Parliament, we do care about solidarity. That is why when we faced the new 5 regulations package, we adopted the package approach. They are intertwined, they make sense all together. They depend on each other. So we are not to accept that the Council is cutting the pieces of the package according to its own will, at will. So choosing, cherry-picking what is suitable for the interests of some member states, particularly the most reluctant to solidarity, and then leaving the rest of the files aside. No, we adopted the package approach, and actually we agreed with the Council a roadmap which is precisely a signal of commitment in order to deliver this mandate of the European Parliament 2019-2024. And the clock is ticking. We're coming close to the end of the mandate. And you know what? We are still in the window of opportunity of making it happen. But for that, it takes the Council to move on towards solidarity, show commitment towards solidarity. We are not ready to accept that the Council takes reinforcing the external borders of the European Union, their readmission and returns. We want them dignified, but we are ready to take into consideration the importance also of readmission and return agreements. We are ready to deliver on the new rules regarding procedure and regarding asylum and immigration management, regarding screening, which is border procedure, regarding Eurodac, which is identifying who's entering the territory of the European Union, but also we want solidarity in situations of emergency or crisis, as it is called. Yes, binding solidarity, relocation programs, to be given a chance for those member states which are in the front line. Let's say the Med5, Spain, Malta, Italy, Cyprus, Greece, Spain not only towards the Mediterranean, but also in the Canary Islands forefront, in the western coast of Africa, because we're having a peak of irregular migration in the Canary Islands too, which is, yes, simultaneous to the terrible situation in Lampedusa. We hear the cry out, where's Europe when it comes to solidarity? When it's Europe when it comes to redistributing those human beings in need? Where is Europe in order to put in place some coordination of the search and rescue individual operation of the member states? That is exactly the added value of the European Parliament. That is the mandate of the negotiation of the European Parliament in the new Migration and Asylum Pact, and we want the Council moving. Yes, we had some trilogues underway, but we don't have yet a general approach on the crisis regulation. That is why we are ready to put to a halt all negotiations, all the rest of the files, including Eurodac and screening, unless the Council makes up its mind in the crisis regulation, because the component element of solidarity, binding solidarity when needed, articulated by the Commission with the EU coordinator for relocations, is also a component element of the balance that we want to strike right. We have an opportunity, a window of opportunity to make it right. This mandate of the European Parliament, if we don't make it this European Parliament, it won't be believable that we will make it somewhere further up on the road. Any other mandate of the European Parliament? No, the time is now, the opportunity is now, so please help us to bring the Council to the awareness that it takes general approach in all of the files. For that, we engage in negotiations and make it happen in this mandate of the European Parliament. Thank you.